Hey guys, welcome back to Clever TV. I'm Jocelyn Davis, hanging out in the lounge with Taylor Spreitler. You guys all know and love her from a brand new show over on ABC Family, Melissa and Joey, and you play Lennox.
Yes, I do.
So first off, I'm so rude. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, I know you're on a little break, but you've been really busy shooting the brand new show. Okay, so for people who haven't had the chance to tune into the show yet, give us like a quick synopsis of what it's all about.
Well, it's with Melissa Joan Hart and Joey Lawrence, and Melissa plays my aunt, and then Joey plays our Manny, and my mom...
I love the Manny thing, by the way.
I know,
Yeah.
and I don't think he likes it that much. But, so my mom is in jail, and my dad is on the run after, like, he had this whole Ponzi scheme with his company. So then she ends up having to take us in, and then she doesn't really know how to take care of two teenagers because she's still young, and she was like the party girl. So then she has to hire Joey to take care of us, kind of.
Clearly a Manny is the answer to all of the questions. Now, Lennox is kind of like sarcastic, likes to mess with her brother a little bit. Tell us about your character.
That's basically her. She is sarcastic. She's quick-witted. She definitely messes with her little brother a lot. I don't think we've ever said anything nice to each other. Like, it's always like he just walks in and I like say something to him and he says something to me and then he walks out. So, you know, but it's fun. Like, she's a fun character to play. She's different.
And it's comedy too, which is a change for you from your last role, Mia.
Yeah.
Days of Our Lives. How was that? So what's it like kind of moving into a comedy role?
It's weird because, you know, but at the same time it's nice because we like, you know, in a comedy, like it's still, we're dealing with dramatic situations.
Right.
But we're like laughing through them and like helping each other through them. Whereas on a soap opera, it's a dramatic situation and you're crying through it and not helping anybody else out except for yourself. So it's, you know, it's fun. It's different, but it's fun.
Well, I've heard that it's really hard to be funny. I mean, would you say the same? Or is it something that's just really easy for you to do?
No, it's hard, especially
Yeah.
like I've never done comedy. Like I was so used to a soap opera and like Melissa, you know, kind of had to help me break out of my shell and like figure out, you know, how to make things funny because I was so used to just being like mopey Mia.
Yeah,
who,
exactly.
You know, but it gets easier. Like,
Well, who better to learn from than two people who were teen megastars themselves? What kind of advice have they given you?
They've given me a lot. They especially give me a lot because they were kid actors and they never got caught up in anything that
That's so
unfortunately,
true.
like a lot of
Yeah.
teen actors get caught up in now. So they're definitely good people to have there to kind of guide me and like, you know, it's very like if I do anything wrong, not only do I have my mom and dad to deal with, but then I show up at work and I have Melissa and Joey to deal with.
Exactly. So what is it like on set, would you say? Like, or do you guys play tricks on each other? I know that we were talking earlier and you said that they bring their kids sometimes to set.
They do, and it's fun because it's like it's very family oriented. Like they do bring their kids. They come and like have lunch with us. Like on Fridays we have this big dinner before we do our live taping. So all of the family comes, all of my friends come, and like Melissa and I hang out. Like we went to a Dodger game when she threw out the first pitch. We go to events together.
So
like,
you really like each other.
Yeah, we
in
like
real life,
actually
too.
really get along, especially when like her kids aren't here and they're in Connecticut. It's kind of like she takes me in as her kid.
Exactly.
Which I don't mind at all because she's
Right,
fun.
exactly.
So, you know, we go out and then, yeah, it's like we always have lunch together. So it's a fun set, and especially because they're very funny. And like Melissa's the type of person where she always tries to tell jokes, but she never gets the jokes right. Like she mixes up two jokes where they make no sense whatsoever.
And that's actually kind of funny in and of itself anyways.
Well, we end up laughing harder than the joke in itself because the joke was honestly kind of stupid, but
Oh my gosh.
her messing it up makes it funnier, and then she's like, oh, look at me, like, Melissa's really bad jokes again.
Whoops. Now her and Joey have a big history too because they've probably known each other for a long time, but they've also done another project together. I believe it was a TV movie for ABC Family. So what's the banter like between them like?
It's just like how it is on the show. She says something inappropriate, Joey's sitting there like, you shouldn't have said that. You work with a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old. Like, watch your mouth.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's the exact same. But, yeah, they did My Fake Fiancé together, which is what started Melissa and Joey.
Okay, great.
So, yeah, and it's like, it's exactly the same. Like, it's so weird that we all act like how we do on the show.
In real life.
Yeah.
And something else you mentioned that I definitely want to touch upon is live taping. That does not happen very often. And coming from a soap background where I'm imagining that's like a pretty close set, right?
Oh, yeah.
So is that scary at all?
It is so scary. It's not really anymore because like you get used to it. But
Yeah.
the first night in my first scene, I had to come down a flight of stairs, and I was terrified. I was sitting there, I was like, I'm gonna fall down the stairs. I'm gonna fall downstairs. I have to. Like, it's just, but then like I made it down the stairs, thank God. I actually tripped on our last taping, and it was really embarrassing because all my friends are sitting there and like I can just hear them start laughing at me, and then they don't let me live it down. But after a while it gets easier, but it's always like when we're backstage before we do our intros, we all sit there and like we're all cringing like, oh my gosh, like, you know, here we go again.
Do you have like a routine or anything like that you do before you go out?
Not really.
Set?
Like, we all meet up in our makeup room, and, you know, we're always like, you know, have a good show, and we like do a little chant, and then we go and we do it. But it's always better though after you mess up, because it's like after you mess up, you're like, oh, okay, I messed up.
Yeah, and it's over with, and
Yeah.
you're ready to go. It's going to be a good night the rest of the time. All right, well, last question. What time, where can people watch the show so they can see you in action? Lennox.
It's on Tuesdays on ABC Family at 8, 7 Central. But then if you have DirecTV, it's on earlier. I don't know, check your local listings because it's really confusing. But yeah, that's
Cover
where you
all the
can catch me.
bases. Watch it both times, DirecTV and ABC Family.
Yep.
You won't be able to get enough. Well, thank you for stopping by again. It's so nice to finally get you in here.
I know. Thank God.
And of course, you guys stick with us here at Clever TV for all of the latest on Melissa and Joey. See you guys later.